guys, wanted to go ahead and take this time to give you a complete breakdown of the Corvette. This is a 2006 Chevrolet Corvette Z06. Obviously it's far from stock. First thing that catches your eye is the black chrome wrap. So this is wrapped in black chrome from Tech Wrap, so go check them out if you want to do the same color. Another big question I always get is, what headlights are these? These headlights are actually from Amazon. They're called Akane. I'll spell it out. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, but that's where those are from. Wheels, these are C6 Z06 wheels, stock, chromed out of course, had to match the headlights with the supercharger. Moving on to the engine bay, we got a built LS7, forged internals, Cali's Comp Start, H-beam rods, Waseco pistons, ported heads, BTR valve train, obviously trunnion upgrades, bronze valve guides. We also got a stage 3 BTR cam, billet main caps, all King Racing bearings. We got 850cc FIC injectors from Fuel Injector Clinic with aftermarket fuel rails. We also got our fast LSX intake manifold. This goes to a 103mm Nick Williams throttle body. In the front there at the intake, you can see we have the methanol injection hooked up, which the methanol injection takes over your windshield wiper fluid if you didn't know already. Other than performance, we got a Mechman alternator. This is a high output alternator. Now the big obvious thing in this engine bay that you normally don't see on an LS7 is this Vortec V3 Ti supercharger. We're putting about 6 pounds of boost on a 3.2 pulley. Another thing I got here, just for preventative measures, we got a oil catch can from Elite Engineering. The headers we have on this is 2-inch headers from Speed Engineering that goes to a 3-inch X pipe back toward the stock mufflers with QTP exhaust cutouts that just dump right before the over axle exhaust. We also got this carbon fiber, actually sponsored from Extreme Online Store. So shout out Extreme Online Store for sending this out. This thing just always glistens in the sun. It's beautiful. It's a ZR1 extended spoiler. Check them out. I'll leave their page on the channel. We also got the Alpha Rex taillights. These are from, I believe, Vet Lights. Correct me, I'll correct it if I'm wrong. The halos on these are amazing, especially at night. Blacked out badges are from 0FX GFN on Instagram. I'll put their tag in there because you can make out what that means. Other than that, I mean, drivetrain wise, it is on a stock transmission, stock differential. Inside we have our Momo Trek R Italian steering wheel with our AEM gauges, both boost and AFR gauges. This is a stock shifter. I do plan on moving to short throw shifter, not sure which brand yet. That is an aftermarket knob, of course. We have our JVC. I'll put the model in, I don't remember off the top of my head. Upgraded sound system. So we got upgraded speakers here. These are kickers down here. These are Memphis audio speakers, and in the back we have Rockford Fosgates on the two here. Also in the back we have this Kicker Comp RT 12-inch subwoofer with a JBL amplifier for that. The amplifier for the interior speakers I actually have behind the passenger seat here, if I can get back. Here we go. We have a Rockville Atom 8B amplifier for our interior speakers, just tucked away here behind the passenger seat. I'd wrap the center console in suede material. That's a stock center console with suede wrapped over it. Also have upgraded shift knob boots and the e-brake boots as well. Got those off of eBay with the yellow striping. Contrast well with the yellow paint. Kept the door jambs unwrapped just because the black and yellow is a good mix. Let's see, as I was saying, I have a stock tensioner with a older style bracket. I do plan on upgrading that to a heavier duty tensioner. You can see all the belt shavings down in there already. I've had constant issues with this, so that I will be upgrading this winter. I've been doing it for now, but I always keep a spare belt in the trunk. Want to give a Quick shout out to Cutthroat hooking me up with the air freshener. Of course, we got the merch on. The issue I've ran into with this car is my starter. It's been getting very heat soaked. I used to have the exhaust manifolds wrapped in heat shielding. I got a heat blanket on them and upgraded sleeves, everything that I tried to avoid having that starter heat soak, but I still get heat soak if I leave the hood closed. Let's say I go to a gas station and it's 100+ degrees out. The car doesn't want to start, so I will be upgrading the starter to one that can handle the heat soak. I also may do hood vents. Not sure if I want to do that. Comment if you want to see that on this stock hood, just to get, you know, the heat extracted from here. Another thing I plan on doing is upgrading the radiator here to a DeWitt's with a dual fan setup. But when I do that, I will have to change all of this custom work here, closing off our cold air intake area. So when I do that, it's going to be a dual core radiator. It's going to be taking up a lot more space, but it's also going to be cut out down for the supercharger, so we will have to do a different intake. I plan on doing maybe like a titanium intake. That'd be pretty cool with some nice welds. I'll probably upgrade the charge piping there, also around under the supercharger, probably upgrade that as well. These are the Speed Engineering spark plug wires. I am running PR6 plugs, and these are A-cell coil packs, just painted black. On the front crank, we do have a ATI harmonic balancer. It can support an A-rib setup. Right now, obviously, we're only running a 6-rib. It also has a McLeod 1000 horsepower rated clutch, twin disc, RXT. Of course, when I did that, I upgraded the slave cylinder, and I did my speed bleeder here, so I have that ready. I still use .4 here, and I also do .4 on my brake fluid. But having this clutch bleed is awesome here. Whenever you run .4, it's really easy. It's real hydrophobic, and it will absorb water. I change it almost every year, if not more frequently than not, because I do run this car very hard. The car is tuned by Evan at RPM Logic, so shout out Evan. If you're in the Portland, Oregon area, go check him out. He will get your vehicle right. I believe we're running on both a speed density and MAF sensor tune. You can see the supercharger intercooler there, right after the charge piping into the intake. This is a K&N intake filter. It's seen better days. I do clean it often, but having this custom closed off intake has helped with IAT temperatures. I did throw a IAT sensor into the intake manifold there. I have a separate video on that. I do have some aftermarket side marker lights. These are just from Amazon. They have the yellow, amber, and the red in the rear. You can't see it now, but another lighting upgrade we have are the Morimoto fog lights. I had to do those, of course. They look great at night. Only issue I have with the stock factory bumper is 2 of my pins for the upper fog light have broken out, so this bounces around. I have a fix for that. It's just the fiberglass up top cracked fully, so I don't really have anywhere to mount it. So I'm gonna have to fabricate something. I'll probably just lay some fiberglass behind that, fix that at a later date. This wrap definitely was not easy to lay down. It is a black chrome, so any little imperfection, let's say you get a crease in it, you overheat it, or you overstretch it, you will get whitening in the film, and that just is a bad end result, which I did have to deal with multiple times, especially on these front 2 fenders. I've had to order extra material because I messed up, and obviously it's not perfect, but for a first time, it's not too bad. You could see we got a bunch of inlays, overlays. You can see the seam there, seam here, and a seam here. That area was a pain in the ass. There's obviously a whole bunch of seams down here. You could see paint in certain areas, but that don't bother me. From afar, you don't really notice it. Doors were the easiest. The rear is where I started. And let me tell you, the rear bumper was a bit of a pain. If you look closely, you could see the seam here. I honestly, I don't want to say I gave up, but it was my first time wrapping. It was the middle of winter, worst time to wrap the car. But we ended up getting it done. I didn't feel like redoing it because the seams here from afar, you don't notice them really. Obviously we had to do inlays for our tail lights, and we had to do a another seam here for the rear part of the bumper. That was just to eliminate overstretching the film or anything like that. As far as tires go, these are Toyo Proxys R888Rs. In the rear we have the 325/30 R19s, and in the front we have, I believe, 275s. Let's see here. Yeah, 275s 35 ZR18s. And these tires hook on turns. You could take corners real easy with these. I have no issues, no worries. Even hooking, it hooks. Once you warm up these tires, this thing hooks and books for sure. I could not for the life of me get these side mirrors wrapped in the chrome, so I ended up doing a black up top and a chrome on the bottom. You can see that, not perfect at all. It's hard to hide the yellow. You can see creases and little crinkles around the side mirrors, but for what it is, it's not too noticeable, especially from afar. You guys are always asking me, when am I going to put tint? I've just been holding off. I do like the look of the no tint in the rear. It has a subtle tint to it. Even the front two doors have a slight tint to it, but I may be doing blacked out. I may do 5% all around, just because I don't really drive this car at night, so I don't really have any worries of visibility. But as it sits right now, it still looks good, even with, especially with this black chrome wrap. So I do always carry a fire extinguisher with me at all times. I've had a fuel fire before and a clutch line fire, believe it or not, but I did upgrade that clutch line. So I always keep this in the trunk. I do have a upgraded, this don't really matter too much, but it is a Optima battery in the rear. If you haven't already upgraded your battery, I do recommend you do, especially to an Optima. It has 120 reserve minutes to it, so it won't kill your battery overnight like most Corvettes do. That has helped me with my electrical issues, as well as upgrading that alternator up front with the Mechman. Thank you guys for watching this video. Of course, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.